Hello guys, how are you doing? It is Alma and now I'm gonna explain the topic collocations. We know collocations and we use them in our everyday speech. Now let me give a definition of this word. So what is collocation? Collocation is a word partnership of words that are commonly used together by native speakers. So in other words, it is a pair or group of words that often go together. And I associated collocations with Siamese twins. These words in English are like Siamese twins in that they tend to be used together. Thus, we cannot use them apart from each other, and that they always go together. And here, I think that it is easier to keep in mind these collocations by associating them with Siamese twins. And here are the examples of these word pairs, like ladies and gentlemen, fish and chips, safe and sound, day and night, black and white, ups and downs, and the last one, good and evil. And how do we teach this word pair? Although the collocations can be hard to predict, there are certain general rules or guidelines which can be used to guess the order of these collocations. Now let's have a look at them. The first rule is in logical order. As you might expect, there is a logic to a lot of these collocations. Examples include first and second, and of course other number sequences, cause and effect, old and new, crime and punishment. So in that case we use collocations based on the logical order. And the second rule, the semantically bigger or better thing comes first. For example, fish and chips, bacon and eggs, meat and vegetables. And also examples of the better thing comes first. Good and bad, highs and lows, do's and don'ts, pros and cons. So it means that we always put the positive one in the first order and then negative one on the second. And this pattern can sometimes seem to be the opposite of the first rule. In example, a higher number is bigger than a smaller one, but this rule is not applied to words which can be put in a logical sequence. And the third rule, longest last. The longer or heavier to pronounce word goes last. There are a lot of collocations which seem to obey this rule. Examples include salt and pepper, cloak and dagger, cause and effect, men and women, and etc. So this rule seems to take lower priority than the other rules and often overlaps with them. It may arise from the need to put more complicated words or ideas after simpler ones. And the last rule is male often goes before female. An example, men and women, he and she, his and hers, Mr. and Mrs., brothers and sisters, dear sir or madam. However, there are some exceptions in the English language. An example, ladies and gentlemen, which follows the longest last rule, mom and dad, and the aunt and uncle. So these are the main four rules with collocations, and I hope that it was quite understandable to you, and hope that you got the topic. And here, lastly, some examples of these word pairs. You can have a look at them and write them on your notebooks.
Hey you guys, how are you? Are you doing well? So let me remind you what was collocations, word pairs. So word pairs are some pairs of words in English which go together, always come in a certain order. For example, we always say ladies and gentlemen at the beginning of a speech, but never the other way around. And also we say black and white, not white and black. This order may sometimes be different in our language, like In Kazakh we say aq ben kara, which is opposite, but the ladies and gentlemen will be translated as hanımlar ve mırzalar, which is the same. Yeah. So let's move on. Let me do like this, so it will be appropriate for everyone to see the presentation and the exercise. So let's do the exercises to make sure that we get it appropriately. So here we go. Exercise B. Take one word from the circle A and match it with another from the circle B, and decide which word comes first. They are all joined with and. So there's the words in A circle: pepper, bread, ice, thunder, fork, white, bed, and forward. And the words in B: knife, peas, lemon, not lemon, lemon, butter, lightning, salt, breakfast, and backwards. So let's do this, and the first one will be about salt. After salt is coming a pepper, so the first one will be salt and pepper, соль и перец, конечно же. And the second one will be bread and butter, and the third one is knife and fork, and the fourth one will be ice and lemon. It's not a lemon, it's not a lemon, it's a lemon. Please be careful with this pronunciation. The fifth one will be peace and quiet. I will give you an example. When you are at home and there is really a lot of people in your house, there's guests, there's relatives, there's a lot of people there, and they are making a lot of noise, and when they are going out somewhere and when you're alone at home, there is a peace and quiet. So let's move on. The sixth one is backwards and forwards. Seventh, thunder and lightning. So that after thunder it's coming lightning. Bed and breakfast. So let's move to the C part. Exercise C. So look at some common word pairs joined with or. What's the second word? So let's do this. So the first one would be right or wrong. Yes, I mean the word which is opposite. And second one would be now or never. Yes, it would be never. There is a lot of people when they want to motivate themselves, they are saying, do the thing now, or you won't do it never. So you will do it never. So to do something, if you have a time, do it right now. So there is a Russian "Сделал дело, гуляй смело," like this. Yeah, now and never. So let's move on to the third one. The third one is more or less. So больше или меньше. The fourth one would be sooner or later. Yeah. And fifth one is all or nothing. When there is a choice, you have a choice to do something which is really compulsory, and which is really it's up to you what to choose. There is also the word кто не рискует, тот не пьет шампанское дегендей. All or nothing. And so there is a once or twice, the last one. So let's move on to the exercise E. Okay, match the word pair items with their meanings. So the first one is, I'm sick and tired of hearing your complaint. It will be C. Yep, it will be fed up with, which means надоело. Шаршадым осы сен не істегеннен кейін деген сияқты. The second one is, I didn't buy much, just a few bits and pieces. Bits and pieces would be the small things. Yes. The third one is, I've been having headaches now and again. Now and again, which means would be F. Yes, it would be F. will be F, and which means occasionally. Occasionally means иногда. Андасында. The fourth one is wait. A. What are you making for lunch? B. Wait and see. And so it will be. It will be H. Yeah. You'll soon find out. Biliyorsun o. The fifth one is every relationship needs a bit of give and take. Получается, it's compromise. Compromise. Which is E. Yeah. So let's move on. The sixth one. We have had our ups and downs, but now we get on really well. Ups and downs would be A. Yes, it would be A. Good times and bad times. Ups and downs means у нас были взлеты, были падения. When you be retired and you have done a lot of business with somebody, and you are just talking with your partner who have been your partner for long, and you're just talking about, do you remember, bro? We had ups and downs, but we are still good friends, and something like this. Yeah. So let's move on to the seventh one. The army were called in to restore law and order. So law and order would be B, a situation in which the law is obeyed. So it means that закон и порядок, закон и порядок. So the last one, the eighth one, despite flying through a storm, we arrived safe and sound. So the last one would be D, which means without problem or injury. So we are done for today. I think this was so guys, thank you for your attention. Video lesson was prepared by Isembekov, Bisultan, and Almagul. Also, be isolated, be okay. Take care of yourselves, and just see you.